Goat Squad TV. So that Nas King Disease 2 album is way better than the one he dropped last year. I'll tell you that. That's not to say the album was whack last year, but King's Disease 1 was okay. I did like the joint he did with the Firm. Um, but this album, hands down, is a better album. I feel like Hit Boy really went more in the Nas's lane, to where he did a little more of what today's music is on the first album. On King's Disease 1 album, I think he went really more in the Nas lane this time around. Um, Nobody was featuring Lauryn Hill. For a lot of you guys that are a little younger, weren't teenagers in the 90s like I was, Lauryn Hill was a part of the Fugees. She had an incredible solo album called The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, which is still highly regarded up there with the Illmatics as being a classic album. She has not dropped anything since. You've rarely even heard a new verse from Lauryn Hill since the 90s. Well, she killed this joint. Like, she has not lost a step. She might have got Nas on that song. I mean, Nas had 2 verses, she had 1. But man, she hasn't lost a step. Lauryn Hill has not lost a step. All this criticism, all that nonsense Wendy Williams is out there spewing about Lauryn Hill's personal life, and all these people trying to sit there and bash Lauryn Hill. As a lyricist, she is unfuckwittable. You're not gonna find too many people who could fuck with her lyrically. She just took almost some of you kids' lifetimes as a break and came back and dropped a verse like she had never left. That's insane. Other joints on the album, Epmd 2, which featured Epmd, Eric, and Parrish. Dope joint. Didn't really care for Eminem's feature, but that's just me. I don't gonna get a lot of hate for that. It is what it is. I mean, listen, I don't hate Eminem. I just don't think I preferred him on this song. I get that Nas and Hit Boy and the crew were celebrating hearing Eminem's verse and liking it. But I think that's really more Nas' respect than Eminem as a lyricist. If you're a lyricist, you might not like everything some of these rappers rap about, or you don't relate to it, but I'm sure Nas doesn't really relate to anything Eminem raps about. However, he could respect and appreciate lyricism, maybe from a technical standpoint. So he definitely liked Eminem's verse. It's a mutual respect between us two. That said, I really don't care for Eminem personally. It's just my opinion. I don't hate Eminem at all. I think he's an incredible talent. But I'm just gonna say this because I think that's just the guy deserved, and I think everybody deserves to have their flavor. I mean, just because I'm not an Eminem fan doesn't mean that I don't respect Eminem. I respect him. You have to respect somebody with that lyrical ability. Do I go crazy like a lot of people do? No. But I just think even now as I'm getting older, I kind of appreciate artists more than I do rapidy rappers. That's not to say rapidy rappers don't have a place. Hell, my favorite rapper is Cannabis. I love Chino XL. 5'9", even though got destroyed by Lupe and them, I still respect 5'9". Joe Budden before he retired. Joel Ortiz, Crook, Mickey Fax, Annoyed. He's from my town. Apathy from my, he's from where I'm from as well. A lot of dope MCs. Ren Thomas. A lot of that's from back then to now. Whether you were dope lyricists back Chino XL, I think I might have mentioned him. Razkaz, Killer Priest. Well, Priest is, I wouldn't really put Priest in the lyrical miracle category. He's really more spiritual. But he's not really a lyrical miracle guy. But I respect lyricism. I just think I'm at a point in my life now where I want to hear more maturity. I feel like when you hear Nas, you just hear maturity. You just hear You still get the Nas that you're used to from the Illmatic days, but you get a more mature sound. It's just more mature as an artist, as an MC. He's just more mature. He's in a good place. He's in his late 40s. You know, he's not rapping about shooting dudes on blocks. He can rap about project shit, but that's just not where he's really aiming at this point. He's really needed to rap about shit like that. Um, I think he's been dropping dope projects ever since Life is Good. Life is Good is like my favorite album outside of Stillmatic and Illmatic. Illmatic is my favorite album from Nas. Stillmatic, then I would say It Was Written, and then I would probably go as far as to say Life is Good right after that. But when I hear this album, it's only like one song that I don't. I think it might be one song that I don't really rock with. But other than that, I think pretty much for the majority of the project, it's not a song that you can't play. Like like I said, I like about Nas is that he makes shit for the hip hop heads, but he also makes shit for like people who don't really listen to hip hop. So it's like in a sense he doesn't sell out. He still stays himself, but he makes stuff that is him. You can tell it's Nas. So I would love to hear him on Large Professor production and shit like that. But Hit Boy did a hell of a job, man. He did a hell of a job. I like Hit Boy. I don't think there's much to say bad about Hit Boy. I think that duel is a really good duel. And I hope Nas continues to drop projects like this. But, you know, King's Disease 2 is a pretty good album, man. I can't front. Um, a lot of other joints like Prayer, you know, like Bible, My Bible, and a lot of these other joints that are on there that are pretty dope. So guys should check it out, man. You know, if you're really real hip hop head, you really want a little more mature content, I would listen to King's Disease too. Not every, you know, it's good to see that Nas is still doing dope shit in 2021, and a special salute to Nas, Nasty Nas, Nas Escobar, you know. Gold Squad TV. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe, like. Let me know what you guys think about King Disease 2. Um, what do you think of the Lauryn Hill track? Gold Squad TV.